Instagram. How are you? And if you're watching me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, welcome to my channel. If you see me looking at two screens, I'm trying to kind of get this set up right, okay? So I'm going organically right on, hey, Evelyn, hi. I'm going organically live on Instagram because, like, if I do it through this system or through Restream, it doesn't save. And a lot of people, like me, like to watch on the replay. So, by the way, if you're watching on the replay, please just type replay. Let's keep the conversation going. I have an exciting and necessary topic today, and it is about managing your mind and that being a key to productivity. I love to focus on what I call P women. P women stands for PEA, professional, executive, and A type women. Women. Now, if you are any of those or all of those, definitely you're maybe overloading your schedule, not getting enough rest, and you're thinking like stuff like what I'm talking about is probably not very important, except when you realize that, hey, if you don't take care of your most important assets, which are basically your mind, your body, your soul, all of those things, if you don't, you are going to burn out, and you don't want that to happen. So we're going to talk today. You guys see, I'm a bit dressed up today. Oh my goodness. It's not a matter of all dressed up and nowhere to go. Okay. I have somewhere to go. So I thought I'd just be like, just do my live and yeah, let's get going. Okay, folks. So how are you doing? One way that I love to start my lives is to do what confirmations, affirmations. You are the head and not the tail. So say it to yourself, put yourself in there. I literally say it for my own self. I'm the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath, the first and not the last. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I shall lend and not borrow. I have nothing missing and nothing broken. And if you're wondering, especially for my very stooge people on LinkedIn, like, what does that even have to do with professionalism? You know what? We are all connected, body, soul, and spirit. Okay? That's like a big revelation. And we think that we know it, except when we put it into practice by doing exercises like this in spaces that are supposed to be strictly one thing. Then you come up against, like, either, opposition. Why do you have to do it? Yeah, because the better that I am at marrying all three parts of me is the better that I'm going to be in the workplace, at home, in my private life. All of the things, they go together. So I speak to P women, professional, executive, and A type women, and I help them to be able to combine all of these aspects of their lives. My specialties are, I help you to speak, to lead, and to live with confidence, because you deserve to win. Like that goes without saying. All of this talent, all of this potential, what are you doing with it? You have to do something with it. Let's go now. So, when I was thinking about today's topic, one thing stood out for me. And those professionals, executives, A type women always have a goal. Are you an A type woman here today? Can you let me know? Let me know in the chat. Are you an A type woman? Let me know in the chat. Are you that kind? Are you a professional woman? What are you? Like, what do you do? Okay. I do hope, can you hear me? I hope everybody is hearing me. Okay, everybody can hear me. That's good. All right. So if you are an A type woman, or if you are a professional woman as well, or executive, let me know. Because the one thing about all of us, okay, I'm a P woman too, professional, executive, yeah, A type woman who has just learned to kind of make it work for her. Okay. But if you are that kind of woman, you always have a goal. You always have many pots on the fire. You have your hands in many fires as well. Like, how how do you get to be able to be productive if you don't take care of the things that will make you productive? And that, my friends, is managing your mind. You know how powerful your mind is? I was reading, well, no, I put it down this morning as a must read for me in the very near future. It's a book by Carolyn Dweck, and it's called Mindset. Some of you probably know about this book. but it's pretty seminal in the whole personal development space of recognizing how important mindset is and managing your mind, that kind of thing. So I have a couple tips on how to manage your mind. Because if you're going after being able to be in the mode and in the to have the ability to be productive at home, at work, in your career, in your business. Man, I coach entrepreneurs as well, and it's the same thing. And it's perhaps even added pressure because you don't have anybody looking over your shoulder. So you have to produce and generate that motivation for your own self. You cannot do it if you're not coming from a place of a well managed mind. And so here are a couple tips proven as well to help you to be able to manage your mind. The first one I love to say is start the morning right. Have a morning routine. And I'm actually thinking of like bringing my P women together, professionals, executives, A type women. They might all be the same women or different, who knows? And bringing them together for us to do a bit of a workshop on just, how to start the morning right, how to like, what is your morning schedule like? What is your winning morning schedule like? I like to start with non-negotiables, and I teach my clients this. What is your non-negotiable routine? The things that you absolutely have to do every day or every week for you to be able to get through the day successfully, or the week to crush your goals and to make sure that it is as productive and successful as you want it to be. What are your non-negotiables? For me, because I'm all about those three things: body, soul, and spirit. I love to start with devotions. I love to clear my mind. I love to go to my maker, God, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I love to start there because if that was the source of life, it makes logical sense as to go back there. You know what I mean? So I love to start there. Start with devotion. Start with grounding myself in something that has worth beyond me, not the universe, okay? Not the universe, because the universe was created. The universe is not the creator. Yeah, I will always say this. I will always say this because that is where I'm coming from. So my non-negotiables are having my devotions and having exercise. And now I'm starting to like put reading in there because it helps my mind as well, like reading a personal development book. I'll do my devotions, which includes Bible reading, because I find like I love certain books in the Bible over others. And I try to take in a little bit every single day. Okay. And then do some sort of exercise, because exercise, there are so many benefits to it, so many benefits to your mind, to your body, to your soul. So you need to get that in. You need to not be sluggish all throughout the day, right? So that these are my. So some people do it in the evening. That's fine. Some people like me like to get it out of the way. Especially sometimes I run, and by the end of the day, my running is mental. So by the end of the day, my mind is so filled that there is no way I can see my way in that on that treadmill. Okay. So I do mine early in the morning. What about you? What are your non-negotiables? Can you tell me? So you guys, I'm sorry I can't see the comments, or maybe I probably can. Let me see what I can do over here. Let me log in and see if I can see your comments, because I love the whole point of a live is conversation. Do you realize that? The whole point of a live is that in the moment, we're having a conversation. Okay. And I love to hear from my people, just to hear what people are saying. So, hey, Barbara, how are you doing? Yeah. Hi, Melanie. Oh, I do extra, extra. You see? You love the background. Thank you, Jadia. Thank you. And it's a professional. Oh my gosh, you guys are liking. You see, I just logged into Facebook and my Facebook community is just showing up for me. And welcome to the diamonds in particular in the To All the Girl Success Club. Okay, you guys, we have to talk about the outfit later, but that's in the club. That's for the women in my To All the Girl Success Club. So let's get back on track. One way to manage your mind is to start your day right. And I'm asking the question, what are your non-negotiables? Do you have a winning morning routine that works for you? I know there are some women here who absolutely do, and do stuff like do devotions or read a book, go for a walk, and just get yourself ready. And here's what I wrote about that. Whatever your morning routine should be, it should not be hard. This is not time to go out for hours. Who has hours? Once a week on a Saturday, mostly, I take extra time in my devotions. I think it's necessary. Sometimes I even we oh by the way, Diamonds, we're on tomorrow for Saturday spa. So sometimes I almost like culminate my devotions on a Saturday by going into my club, and we just do like spiritual stuff, just crush on God, talk about faith, etc. That so you can go join if you're a woman and you're wanting to have that extra focus kind of okay, there's bodies, soul, and spirit. I haven't really been taking care of my spirit. Come into the club. We'll take care of you there. Okay. It's the To All the Girls Success Club. You can go look for it on Facebook. You can ask to come in and answer the questions, and I'll let you into the club. Okay. So that's the first thing. So some people do that. Some people read a book, whatever it is. It has to be non negotiable, as in, I better just get these things done because I understand if I don't do them, I'm not going to do the rest of my day as well as it could be. You guys, I had been struggling with having so much to do that sometimes, and if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say this. I go through these cycles, perhaps like everybody, where like especially during the winter, I'm super productive, super on point. Okay. Come summer, probably because there are a lot more distractions and a lot more to do. It's just different. So I find myself like wavering in my morning routine. So, and I'm gonna point to this last thought as number five. So I've since becoming a life coach in particular, I've learned to take very good care of my mind, to spend quality time thinking. Yes. And if you follow me on threads, go follow me on threads. That's why I put all my little thoughts there. I wrote something one time and I said, keep on thinking until you find a thought that works for a situation. Because a lot of the breakthroughs, a lot of the motivation that we can get, it comes from thinking the right thought to release and unlock and get unstuck. Here's how I got unstuck from, like thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to run. I should probably just pray and probably just get into work. But I know that I have to get these things done because when I am super pumped after a run or after going to the gym, I have more energy. I have more vision. I feel a lot more competent about my day. So Lisa, go back to the drawing board, and here's the thought that I thought that I came up with. I better get these non negotiables out of the way. Stop griping. Just get them out of the way, Lisa, because you know that you need them. You need to do them, so you absolutely have to do them. So just get them. And that was my thought. Okay. Instead of just griping about whether I should do them or not, because they are super important, why don't you just get them out of the way and then you can go on with the day? And that thought has worked for me. Keep on thinking until you find a thought that works for you for whatever it is you're going through, because you do have the answers within you, but we don't ever take the time to take care of our minds and to be thinking the way that we do with our bodies, even, or even with our spirits sometimes. So here's the thing. Whatever your non negotiables are, they should not be hard. You don't have to typically take hours. You should be able to get through your routine perhaps in half an hour. And if you don't have time, have a condensed version of it when you're in crunch time. So maybe like for me, that would look like, okay, just do abs today. Just do your abs exercises. You don't have time. Maybe that half hour is so crucial. Just do what you can. Do a modified version of whatever your non-negotiable routine is. And here's a very important thing. Whatever your predictable non-negotiable morning routine is, it should leave you refreshed, energized, and inspired. What is the point of sitting there every single morning thinking of everything that is bad in your world and not going well in the world in general? Some people's morning routine is just that, and they do it by default, you guys. You know why? When you just wake up and you just start scrolling, what do you think you're doing? They call it doom scrolling, looking for everything that's bad in the world. And then you get ready trying to climb over that very depressing mountain that you just inserted in your mind to get to some higher heights. of productivity. No, you see the carpe diem phrase, seize the day. A lot of that is about taking charge first off with your mind. And if you start there and you start early, you have a better chance of being able to just run through the day on that foundation that you, a very positive foundation that you've created. So let's go. So that's the first way to manage your mind. First day, you're a P woman, you're productive, you're a professional executive, you're an A type woman. These are some of the things that you need to do. Like, have a routine on the morning, make it non negotiable. You can borrow my thought. I better get these non negotiables out of the way so I can start my day. So, what you're doing is that you're locking them into place. Life begins after I've done my non negotiables. Let's go. Second thing is, and I got this from the book we were reading last month on resilience. You remember that book? It's called Resilience. Okay, I forgot the author now. Oh my gosh. But anywho, so he says, focus on execution at the highest level without worry or thought about the results. In other words, focus on what you can control. And when I really sat back and thought about this point, and we're talking about managing your mind, I'm not going after the results so much if I so focus on executing at such a high level. If I do that some which what way, how is it that I get better results? Because I have so been focused on executing well, doing the different parts of whatever task is before me with carefulness, with excellence. What else? With you putting my all into it. That when you put out a quality offering, most likely you are going to get a quality result. But what happens for many people is we start from a what if position. What if I do this and I don't get that result? So you spend so much time in a future that is not guaranteed that you take away from the time that you could be focusing on executing with quality to produce the same result you're worrying about in the first place. There's something I love to say. It's not my phrase. I heard it from Eric Thomas, and it is, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And if my energy flows into execution, it is going to be good. So the point here is focus on execution at the highest level and just leave the results to however the results will be. They're not in your control. So, in other words, this point is about focusing on what you can control. That's hard, you guys. That's hard. But listen, when you start to practice it, it is so liberating and it is so empowering because it frees up space in your head to literally focus on the task before you. And professional women, executive women, A type women, listen, this is right up our alley. This checks boxes, okay? Checks the boxes. All right. Here's the last point, and we'll probably have to end. I've got 5 points, but I've been talking. I love talking. So say hi if you're here, wherever you're watching me on YouTube as well. I think I'm also live on YouTube on the Lisa M. Dublin channel. Please subscribe. Please share this broadcast with this stream with a friend. Invite somebody, to see. Hi, Valina. Oh, thank you. Oh, my goodness, you guys. We have to talk about this outfit tomorrow. So make sure you join me tomorrow for Saturday Spa. All right. So Melanie says that her non-negotiables are devotions and exercise. Yeah, same like me. At one time, honestly, it used to be that and this was during COVID, it was devotions, exercise, and writing. I used to really try to get there, but then I've realized, okay, this is the time that I have, and I have to make the best of it, right? So I've had to choose. Here's the next point. And you guys, this one is so important. Like this point, I'm very good at it, and I'll tell you why. Stay out of the weeds with people. My number one reason for not answering every phone call, not responding to every swipe somebody tries to take at me, or getting into arguments on Facebook with anonymous people or people who don't. My number one reason is because I have to protect my mind. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I can produce stuff that can help the world, make me money. I need to protect that asset. And that's for many people here. Professionals, executives, A type women, you have ideas. Yes, you do. But a lot of the time, we we get into the back and forth with people, into personality battles, into just inane and useless conversations, conflicts, power struggles, when you could literally be using your beautiful mind to create things of value for yourself, your family, and the world. So one way that I manage my mind, and when I look at how high performing people do it, they're pretty secluded. They pretty much know I can't take every phone call. I can't be at every meeting. I'm not going to go back and forth. No, after you, no, after you, no, after you. You know, there are some emails like that. Like the thank you just never stops. Oh my gosh. The thank you just never stops. People keep on going back and forth with the thank you or the yes, God. Oh my goodness. That takes away, I find, from your attention, which you could be using to create new things in the world. So, this point is stay out of the weeds. You are the asset. I said that yesterday. You are the asset. You are the person who can create great things. Why would you want to spend that beautiful mind just going back and forth with people and doing things that really don't matter? There are lots of books. One that's high up on my agenda. I've read little snippets of it, and it's a book called Essentialism. Does anybody know of that book? It's highly rated, highly quoted in all sorts of what you might call it, like personal development forums and so on. But it's really a book that talks about doing the most important things and nothing else. Let it slide. Some things you just literally have to let go, and you will not have the time for you to ever do. These are the C tasks that Bob Proctor speaks about sometimes, I think. So yeah. But anyway, stay out of the weeds, right? Your mind, you need to guard it against attention grabbers. You have to treat your mind like you treat your body. Protect it, nurture it, keep it away from people who can harm it. There are just attention grabbers on this earth. People who want nothing more but than to just simply get your attention. I have had clients who literally had to battle going past the personality wars that try to keep them in those weeds. And these are intelligent, high performing women in many cases who life or work tried to reduce to just simply answering emails back and forth, and personality wars and power struggles that they knew nothing about, whereas they could better be served using their minds to find solutions for the company. How do you get there? You first realize what is happening. I have to protect this asset by all means. I'm not, no, don't send as many emails as you can. The worst thing you can ever do to somebody, I always say, is to ignore them. You guys agree? What? If you ignore people, they do worse things than if you take them on. So go ahead, ignore. And while you're doing that, you literally are taking care of your beautiful mind that you need to help the world. Okay, do the pinky and the brain thing. Let's go. And so the last point, and I'm going to get out of here, is think high quality thoughts always. How do you think high quality thoughts? You're definitely not going to get them from just doom scrolling. You definitely are not going to get them from, and here's a point, you guys, I've realized in my number of years here on social media and being an online entrepreneur and doing online work, etc. Many of us are consumers only. That means that we're always listening to a podcast. By the way, go listen to my podcast. Okay, mine is not one of those that you don't want to listen to. Make it a non-negotiable. So please go to Apple Podcast and subscribe to Basement Chronicles. The podcast is pretty short for now, and I intend to give very high value. So please put it on your non-negotiable list of stuff that you want to listen to. I'd really appreciate that. Okay. So the thing is that Many of us just simply take in stuff. Do you know your mind was also meant to produce stuff? What are you producing? It could be papers, words, poems, writing, solutions like spreadsheets. What are you producing? A lot of us don't ever take the time to realize that's what we're supposed to be doing over and above just simply taking in the finished products, and many times not even finished. Like I did a webinar one time. I swear the guy was outside his house with an iPhone in his face. I could even see his neighbor in the background, like sweeping in the next yard or whatever. And I'm like, I paid for this? No, I did. And you outside in your backyard, like not even taking the time to present properly. Oh no. So in other words, people will give us all sorts of, nonsense and expect to take our time. So you have to be very selective, and you have to realize that if I'm using my beautiful mind, and it needs to be clear, I cannot take in everything. I have to have times when I'm simply thinking thoughts. That has been, I think, one of the biggest realizations the last while for me. I'm meant to think. And you cannot be thinking if you are always stuffing yourself with other people's stuff, podcasts, scrolling, lives here, lives there. Not mine. Mine are good. So stay here with me. And then, okay? And it's not even, that's why I'm so appreciative of, hey, Dawn, I'm so appreciative of even the replays, because yes, I say it's about engagement, but I do understand that people have their own paths already. You know what you want to do. So many people will do the replay. And I just, I appreciate that, because you do it when you can. There are many people who I follow, and I only go back to see their stuff because I cannot catch the live, and that is okay, right? So think high quality thoughts, and that comes from being quiet. Oh my gosh, look at me. That comes from feeding your mind with the right stuff, but not taking in so much that you are constipated and nothing is coming out of you. There's more supposed to be coming out of you than going in terms of social media, in terms of any kind of learning, even. Use your beautiful mind to put things together in a way that the rest of the world cannot do it. And y'all know my favorite word is inimitable. Inimitable means cannot be imitated. And the way that you get there is authenticity, spending time with yourself, thinking, and getting off other people's stuff. Getting off the what you might call it, the comparison trap. And you know what comparison does? Okay, I've done it myself, so I know. So I'm being very honest here. You know what comparison does? Comparison makes you paralyzed. Why is that? I'm scrolling. Oh my gosh, this person is producing all of this. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I could be spending time, because where my focus goes, my energy flows. So instead of producing, I'm spending time looking at what I cannot do. And guess what I'm going to produce? Nothing. So you need to spend time with yourself. That's the point here. All right. And ask yourself questions. Write down your vision. One thing I love to do is what I call a thought download on a morning, as part of sometimes of my morning ritual, to just simply empty out my thoughts. Thoughts are things. So if I empty them on the paper, they're no longer there. And then the learning that I did in my own coaching program is, then when you put down all the thoughts in the morning, doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if they're filthy. It doesn't matter. Just put down your thoughts and leave it. And then you look at the list and very objectively, without judgment, decide which are the thoughts I'm putting back into my head for the day. That's it. And you move along. So I hope this helps. As I told you, if you want a coaching session with me, or to find out more about coaching, come, let's have a free session together. Sometimes just the coaching session opens doors. It's supposed to be transformative. You're supposed to get some kind, or open up something in you that was not there before. That's what it's supposed to do. So why don't you come in? If you're a P woman, professional, executive, A-type woman, I'm a general life coach. So that means I can literally help you with anything. Okay? I'm trained to do that. So come on in and go to my website, lisamdublin.com. Oh, I should just have all my stuff here already, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. Okay, let me see if I can find my website. So you can go to my website, lisamdublin.com. There we go. All right. And you can sign up for a free coaching session. I'll make it worth your while and come in because the way that I got here is through coaching. Okay. Coaching just 10x's your ability. And if you're a P woman, PEA woman, professional, executive, A type woman, you are about results. So let me ask you, where are you not getting results in your life? You want results, you want to win, but sometimes it's not that you don't know what to do. Sometimes you need a system, you need extra knowledge, and you need accountability to be able to walk that path to success. And that's where I come in. So hit me up, let's have a talk, and I'll see you guys on Monday. It's a long weekend here, but I don't think we're going anywhere, really. I'm not sure yet. So I might be on Monday or definitely on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And don't forget to manage your mind. Okay? Because that is where all the gold, all the riches are at. See you. Take care. Bye bye. Later, Gators.